Before we get into this video, I just want to say that if you clicked on this video hoping for like live footage of the cannabis farm or something like that, or the any pictures of the trim room or anything like that, unfortunately, my company is very strict about that, and I can't get away with being able to post any sort of pictures or videos or anything like that, man. So unfortunately, you won't be able to see any live footage of the actual farm. I would love to be able to show you guys, man. But if you guys want to stick around, man, have a nice little smoke sesh. You know, we got that bong. You know, we're going to be loading up that bong, man. If you guys want to chill out, smoke something with me, you know, hear what a day in the life of a weed trimmer is, though, man. You know what I mean? It might be a little interesting for you, some of you guys out there. I don't know, man. But I just kind of want to make this video just because, man, I've been slacking on the videos. I ain't posting in like a month. Like, I had like 2 videos within that time frame that I have recorded, but I wasn't a huge fan of the way they turned out, man. So I was just like, I'm gonna just scrap those. And here we are, man. But anyways, what's going on, guys? It's me, your host, the one and only, Two Toast. And today, well, you already know what's going on. I just explained all that shit, so we just gonna jump right into it. But we gonna go get this bowl loaded up, man. I hope you guys are loading a bowl with me. If you are, let me know what you smoking on, man. I'm always curious. Love to know what you guys like to smoke on out there, cause that shit, you know, that shit's very intriguing to me. That's one of the biggest things I like about this job, dude, is working with all these different strains and fucking working with all these people that actually understand and care about it as like a medicinal purpose, not just, you know, ready to get stoned on a Saturday night type shit, you know what I mean? I don't know why I'm closing this. I'm probably gonna be smoking another bowl, cause you know we ain't just having one out here. You know, one bowl don't cut it no more, dog. We gonna take this bowl, man, then we gonna get right into talking about what be going on in the cannabis farm, what be going on in the processing room, all that good shenanigans, bruh. All the tubs of weed that we be seeing every day, man, the thousands of grams that we be trimming per day, dog. Everything's done by hand in my company, too, so we gonna talk about that, dog. Let's get into this, man. Smoke a bowl with me. So let's go ahead, man. Let's just jump right into it, dog. We gotta be there at 6:30 sharp every day. 6:30 to 3 p.m., man. It's basically a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, dog. 5 days a week. You know, we get them actual weekends, though, so I guess that's something, man. You know what I mean? Out by 3 p.m. every day, kind of nice. So, if you're not a morning person like me, though, that 6:30 start time, that shit's rough, because I live 30 minutes away from my workplace, too. Gotta be up at like 5 a.m. every day. Shit's boof, bruh. Shit's boof. Man, so I be rolling up in that bitch probably about like 6:15, 6:20. I usually eat myself a little granola bar or something, you know what I mean? Gotta put my hair up in a ponytail because we can't be getting no hairs in the weed, dog, or at least try to mitigate that as much as possible, you know, because who wants to be smoking hairs, bro? We over here in a weed legal state now. We ain't over here buying weed from the guy on the corner who got cat hairs and dog hairs all up in that bag, bro. Nah. We ain't there no more. If it's a normal day, if we just normal dry trimming, which I'm gonna get into a little bit here in just a few minutes about the difference between like wet trimming and dry trimming, if you guys don't know. But on a regular day, man, we just be dry trimming, so we just go in there, we get our bowls, man. We got our stem bowl, we got our flower bowl, we got our bowl of untrimmed weed that we grabbing from tubs, man. So yeah, we got a whole room that we just store tubs of weed in, both untrimmed and then both trimmed, and throw it back in there so the packaging side can just go in there and grab that shit for packaging up, whether it be, you know, the jars or pre-rolls, whatever they gotta package up, you know, whatever you be smoking on. Whenever you go into that dispensary, you know, you see all that shit in there, you know, yeah, you know, all that shit's gotta be packaged somehow, you know, all that weed's gotta come from somewhere. It comes from the room. I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, like, how big are these tubs of weed, man? Like, how much weed is actually in this tub? Now, usually, you know, anywhere between like 600 to like 1200 grams go into the tub, you know what I mean? It can probably fit more than that, but we don't want to, you don't want to pack that shit, because you don't want, you need some breathing room, need some air for the weed, man. You don't want that shit just compressed and packed down, because that won't be good, then you don't want just a big ass brick of weed coming out, man. You know what I mean? That shit would be all fused together and shit, because that shit can sit in there for a little bit, man. But whenever I first started there, bro, though, you know what I mean, it was just crazy, bro. I ain't never seen nothing more than like a QP at one time, you know what I mean? So like going from that to just like fucking 1,000 grams just sitting in front of you, you know what I mean? But like it's just at one time, but like it's just crazy, because like these things are just on constant rotation, man. We expected to be trimming about like anywhere from 100 to 150 grams an hour, which, you know what I mean, may not sound like a lot until you actually really get down there and fucking start trimming, man. You know what I mean? Like 100 to 150 grams is probably more than what you think, you know what I mean? If you guys be trimming out there, you know what I mean? If you guys ever have, that weed just be a bitch to trim. Sometimes that shit just be breaking down apart on you. You can't get them good nugs, bro. That shit just be annoying. Anyways, let's not go off on a tangent. Let's try and stay as on track as possible. I need another bowl. I think that's what the issue is here, man. I think another bowl is what's needed, bro. Once we done like trimming though, man, we gotta separate the the trimmed weed and then the from the shake, rather. And we don't be wasting the shake, at least not at my company, man. Most of the companies actually don't be wasting the shake. That shit ends up in the pre-rolls. I'm not sure exactly how other companies do it around, but at least for us, what we do is, we go through, we hand pick out as much stems as possible, and then our trim goes through a pretty good grinding process, man. Actually, like, it ain't bad, when most people, trim. A lot of people don't be thinking trim be appealing into pre-rolls, man, and I get it, dog. Like, I get it, bruh. I'm not saying it's ideal either. I'm never gonna say that it's gonna be as good as going ahead and fucking rolling up your own joint from some, breaking up a nice good nug and rolling up your own joint, man. I'm not gonna say it's that level. I don't think it'll ever be there, but you know what I mean. You can get like 14 pre-rolls for $100 a gram each. So was that 14 grams for $100? That ain't a bad deal, man. You know, and even if the dispensary's got another their own deal going on top of that, you could potentially get it for like $80 or less, man. So it's really not bad, and like the THC content in that is still relatively high. It's still pretty like normal with the bud, man. And like, I honestly don't blame them for using the trim, dog, because when we be trimming those nugs, dog, all the keef that be just dusting off of that, falling down like some beautiful snow, man. It's just like, why would you want to waste that, man? And there's nothing wrong with it. So someone's gonna smoke that shit somewhere, one way or another. You know what I mean? Ain't wasting that. That ain't smart business move. We kind of grind that shit up in like, it's like a cheese grater, man, but like a cylindrical cheese grater almost. And you just throw the trimmed weed in there and you just go at it, man. It's honestly a pain in the ass, bro. It's like, as far as like my job goes, man, like, I'm pretty like spoiled to be working the job I am, especially just moving up here from Florida, man, a weed legal state. I was just serving, you know what I mean? Busting out them, 8 to 10 hour days, man, sometimes serving, That shit was rough, man. Coming up here, now we just be trimming weed, dog. 8 hours a day, that shit ain't bad. That shit ain't bad at all. We get, at least from my company, man, we get 3 different breaks. We get 2 10-minute breaks and a lunch break. The 2 10-minute ones are paid too, man. So you know what I mean? So every couple hours, we get to go out and just smoke, at least at my company, dog. It's super chill, man. It's thanks to the fact right now, honestly, that like, I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's not federally legal yet, so it's not like super corporatized and shit, man. It's like you know, you got these private owners that can kind of run shit how they want to, you know, for the most part, as long as they're following like the regulations. If I can figure out how to speak English real quick. I just also remember that I got a bowl that I packed but never smoked, man. I'm just going off on all sorts of tangents right now. Let's smoke this bowl, though. I told you, man. I told you, bro. Like, these videos are just gonna be absolutely crazy. Like, I'm sorry to anyone who's watching, honestly. Like, if you're watching the video right now, man, I appreciate you for being able to stick through my fucking ADD ass, dog, just jumping all over the place with topics. Like, I don't even know where, like, I left off my first train of thought and jumped off to the new one and where I'm at now. I know I ain't even get far through my day, bruh. I'm just trying to, like, I ain't even going on oh, Jesus Christ. Yep. That fixed me. Can't think anymore. Smoke another bowl. It's probably not the thought process to have on that one, you know, but we gonna roll with it. We gonna make it work. So, let's get back into the day of a weed trimmer, man. So, where are we at, man? The grinding process for the weed, dog. After we trim the bud, the grinding process for the weed, man. The cylindrical cheese grater, annoying as hell. We covered that. So once that's done, it then goes through another process of going through the cheese grater again after the trim is ground up through it. It goes back in through it. You know, picked out more and more stems, as many stems as we can get out, man. Usually that shit, honestly, is pretty good, man, but not all the time, you know. It's not going to be perfect every time, obviously. You know, you know, there's going to be human error at some point in time. What's left after that is what gets used for the pre-rolls and blunts and stuff like that, whatnot. You know, all that good jazz. Whenever I was first starting there, man, like, just seeing those bowls, absolute bowls of weed just put in front of you, just one after the other, man, in constant rotation was absolutely insane, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I never seen that quantity of weed. Now, unfortunately, I'm pretty desensitized to it, so to be honest with you, unless I'm going over to like Pablo Escobar, some drug lord fucking dude who got mountains and castles of weed and shit, bro. And no amount of weed I'm gonna see anymore is gonna be like, damn. Unfortunately, man. That's basically all it is for dry trim, man. It just is what it is. You're just trimming the nugs, and that's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the wet trimming though, because that's where it's, you know, a little bit more to talk about. And I spent so fucking long on whatever I was just talking about previously, man. So I'm gonna try and explain it in a good fashion for the second half of this video, so hopefully we can actually get through this video in like not 40 fucking minutes for some reason. This video has no, you know, I mean, it's not gonna be that long because it has to be edited down and shit, but this is still, after even edited down, I bet you this shit's still probably gonna be like a 15-20 minute video or something like that. If it's a wet trimming day, if it's harvest day, that's really what it is. Harvest day, man. On a harvest day, man, we come in. How it works is that the processing building and the garden is split up into two different buildings. So what happens is that the garden, you know, they harvesting the plants over there, they cutting them down, they doing their thing, man. They chopping it down, bro. They chopping down the forest. And then they just bring it over in tubs of weed. Big blue tubs of weed, man. You know, you got the tags with the different strains on it, what it is, you know what I mean? You got got a lot of fucking plants coming through, dog. You got a lot of fucking tubs of weed coming through, and you just getting these tubs of weed just dumped onto the table, bro. Just boop, you know what I mean? And then it's just weed branches, man, you know what I mean? And we gotta trim off the fan leaves and like just like the bigger shit, man. You know, we don't do like a super in-depth wet trimming or nothing like that. So after we done trimming the fan leaves off and the little bigger leaves, so they're not the weed isn't touching whenever it's hanging. That's pretty much all we doing. You know, because it gets touched up after, and you know what I was saying, the dry trimming. After, you know, we fill up the tubs of the dry weed, someone ends up just taking it up to the room upstairs that we got and just maybe hanging it on these just clotheslines of fucking weed. It ends up being just a room full of hanging weed, man. It's honestly, I at least been in that room. I ain't been over in the garden room too much, man, so like I can't speak too much on what goes on over in the garden. Only in the processing room, and only so much for the trimming. I only done a little bit of the packaging part as far as like actually packaging the joints and the blunts. I've never even like touched like weighing out the jars and doing all sorts of shit like that. But after the the plants have dried, man, after the plants have been hanging on those clotheslines of weed, man, we gotta go up to that room after they all nice and dry and ready to be taken off they stems, man. Ready to be what we call deboned, dog. Gotta go up there and we just take the weed off the clotheslines, put it in another tub, you know, go figure. That's a common thing. We putting weed in lots of tubs, man. Lots of tubs. Big Bertha tubs, man, for real. We just be trimming off the nugs from the big ass stems, man. Stems going to, you know, they get discarded because we don't do anything with the stems, bro. That's one thing we don't be doing anything with. So, I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, I guess, you know what I mean. I guess you could like probably make hash out of it or some shit like that. But why make hash out of the weed stems when you can just make it out of the weed? I figure. I don't know exactly how that shit works. You know, I'm not too knowledgeable on that, so don't come crucify me if that's false. But yeah, because we over here in the fire pit, you know what I mean? If you guys notice this sign, we in the fire pit in these videos now. This is gonna be a staple sign from now on, where marshmallows and friends get toasted at the same time, man. You know, it's always a good time over here in the fire pit, dog. Come around, gather around the campfire with the videos, dog. That's how we doing it, man. That's how we vibing over here. Gathering around the campfire, having nice smoke sessions, just talking, just chilling. You know what I mean? We gonna be, we gonna have some life stories coming, man. I was struggling with those, dog, because I was like, man, it's so hard for me to get an actual story going because, as you can fucking see, I cannot keep a train of thought for I can't keep it for too long, man. It just goes, and that's why these videos be so long, and sometimes I gotta edit the fuck out of these videos, man, I feel like. But I don't know, man, if you want me to like edit these less and you guys can see like a little bit more raw of just how these videos just be going off the rails sometimes, and I just start talking nonsense, bruh. Let me know, man. But I'll keep it in there. Yeah, man. To kind of like wrap it up, because that was pretty much like the whole day, but in just like really terribly organized explanation of it. So to kind of put it in a nutshell, I guess like the actual like correct order of trimming that we do would be, harvest day comes around, we trim off, we do the wet trimming, we trim the fan leaves, and the big leaves, we get those hung up, you know what I mean, we get those trimmed down, deboned, we get those into the tubs, get those all nice, and then those come down, go into the room, and then that is the room that we then go and take the untrimmed bud from, bring it over, and trim those on other regular days. And, just be fulfilling the orders from those. And then, after that, we got the trim going on, grinding it up, picking, doing all that good shit, man. Packaging is the last part, man. And just We got our delivery drivers, dog. We got some drivers that be going out delivering to all the different dispensaries across Washington State, man. You know, I guess to end this video, man, I kind of want to just, you know, kind of let you guys know, man, that if you guys feeling like, you know, in a shitty situation right now, if you unhappy with your job, man, if you unhappy with your living circumstance, man, set the goals, man, you know what I mean? Like, after I graduated high school, not too long after, my girlfriend and I, we set the goal that we was gonna get out of Florida some way, somehow. You know, we was working minimum wage jobs, dog. You know, fresh out of fucking high school, man. We not going to college, dog. I don't even got an SAT to my name, man. No SAT to my name, dog. My mom don't even know that, dog. I think she thinks I took that shit. I tried to take it, and then for some reason I remember I couldn't take that shit, and I was like, fuck it. I ain't using that shit for no reason, and you know, it's probably not the smartest idea, man, but you know, I'm taking the route, man. I'm betting on myself, man. And, you know, I've been slacking on this channel, man. But, you know, I've been doing some things behind the scenes that I ain't been bringing to the channel yet that I'm going to be telling you guys very soon, man. I started up my own clothing brand, you know, a little while back, man. We got some things coming with that, some things in the work. And, you know, it all just takes a little bit of time, man. And we finally here, man. We finally up in Washington. After 4 years, we grinded, man. We saved, you know, we did it, man. I appreciate you all for watching. If anyone's watching to the end of this video, man, drop that shit in the comments below, cause that's 100%. That's what's up, bro. And if you enjoyed the video, man, please consider subscribing to the channel. It'd mean everything, man. It'd be greatly appreciated, more than you know, dog. If you also want to, you know, share the video with your friends, help maybe grow the channel a little bit, man. We at 49 subs right now. We on the road to 100, man. Maybe we can hit it by the end of this year or something like that, dog. That'd be incredibly crazy, man. But you know, YouTube hating on the content that we trying to create out here, man. You know, they don't like them weed videos, dog. But I read something in the things that, you know, the community fucking on their thing, man. They say that as long as you're not promoting any, you know, trying to sell or promoting any website that's offering the sell or any, like, you know, anything like that, we just keep everything, you know, 100% straight over here, man. YouTube don't fuck with us over here, you know what I mean? We doing this for educational purposes out here, dog. You feel me? That's how we doing things now. I can't even end the video, man. That's how bad I be jumping around, dude. I can't even end a fucking video, bro. My next video is gonna be talking about my clothing brand that I started up, man. So if you guys watching right now, let me know, man. Type out Two Toes Clothing in the comments, man. If you watching to this video right now, type out Two Toes Clothing. No, you know what I mean? Because that's the clothing brand, man. We get hype, man. Because we gonna be doing an unveiling out here. I've been wanting to bring this shit. I've been wanting to show you that guy shit for a minute now, man. So, dude, I'm coughing. I'm sneezing. I can't end this video right now. Those bong rips of this purple punch that I got right now got me a little toasty, man. Got me a little toasted, you know, by the fire pit. You know, that's how we be doing it. I hope you guys feeling good out there too, man. I hope you enjoyed this video, like I'm saying, for the final time. All nasally from the sneezes. Till the next one, guys. See ya.